Good morning. This is Eyes Love to Talk. How is everybody doing? Today is, I'm looking at today. It is April 1st. Is this April Fool's Day today or is it April the 4th? Like, I don't even keep up with the holidays. It's raining outside. It is gonna be a gloomy day. Chilly. A little bit of winter for Rockaway. And my umbrella's broken and got stuck in my hair. Okay, it's cool. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? This is Eyes Love to Talk. I caught y'all on the day of, it is 6:02 in the morning time. Y'all are walking with me to work. Yay. I don't know. I put on makeup today, and I always put on makeup on the weirdest days. I decided to put makeup on a rainy day. Smart. That's how I function. How did y'all sleep last night? How was y'all day? Today is Thursday. Yes. Okay, today's Thursday. How did y'all sleep last night? I hope y'all morning started off great. Just as mine's quiet. It almost got aggravating. That's how you know that negative energy tries to kick in and you don't let it. So my son broke my dryer and I wanted to fix it before I got to work, so I got up 3 o'clock in the morning just to check on, because I washed clothes yesterday, just to check on if I had any clothes, if my clothes was dry. My clothes wasn't dry. So I looked at my dryer, the knob was done. Like, we broke it already before, but you know how you still have like a little bit sticking out and you can still use it to turn? On the dryer, it's a brand new dryer. Then it's not even a year old. Oh, they built this? Why did they build this? I'm not understanding this. What is this about? Oh, okay, anyway, I'm looking at these things in my neighborhood. They built these things in the middle of the concrete. Don't know why. Why is that here? That don't make no sense. I think I'm going to cross the street. My umbrella's broken. I can use the little bit that I can. I am. I'm scared it's gonna poke me in my eye. So I don't normally carry around umbrellas. This is why I hate carrying umbrellas, because they tend to not be lifesavers. They doing a lot of construction on my road. But look at me getting off the topic. Because Eyes Love to Talk. My bun look all weird from the umbrella. Messing it up. It's okay. Anyway. Did y'all hear about Cuomo passing the Marijuana Act law? For all those that like to smoke marijuana, yay, yippee, woohoo! For all those who don't like to smoke marijuana, yay, woohoo! I don't smoke, but it feels good to see, because I don't smoke at all. It's not good for my lungs, but to see, because in my community, a lot of African Americans smoke, and that kind of hinders them a little bit from getting a job. And hopefully this don't stop that. Hopefully this can allow them to still get a good job. And my umbrella is totally done. I messed my hair. I hate when you try to be perfect on the crazy ass days. But It won't stop my people from getting good jobs because they smoke something. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. They smoke something for recreational behavior. It's like somebody who drinking liquor every day, who drinks every day. You know what I'm saying? You do it for recreation, some relief of mind, body, and soul. I don't know. I'm just saying, I figure that, but I just feel good that my people can, they got a law or something that they like. It might not be a positive look, but
Angeles County Sheriff's Department says it knows what caused the crash.
Vans that'll make their way in. Hey guys, I am back. Let me turn on my tablet. I'm back. I had to take a pause on my video because I was getting on the bus and I didn't want nobody to really hear my conversation or be into my video. So I forgot what we were talking about during before the video. I should go back on it, but I think I was talking about marijuana situation. Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Like I said before, for the people who smoke marijuana, yay! For all the people who don't smoke marijuana, still yay! I don't smoke because it's not good for me. I'm already high on life, and I don't think I need that to even get me higher. So, my question, I'd say I'm kind of happy Cuomo did it. See, I told you, Cuomo is the man, because he is putting in these laws that is making people happy. Even though he did what he did over there with them females, I'm still not going to downgrade it, and I'm not going to knock that. I'm not going to, make that important, not make that important. That's very important. But as his love life, I can't judge, no, not judge, because I already did that. I'm separating his love life from the person that is our governor. So, there's a couple of things I gotta talk about today, because there's a lot of things I'm hearing on the news that is kind of like good and kind of crazy. But anyways, so one of them is about the passing of the law of marijuana. People are disappointed. Some people disappointed, but we know who's happy. The ones that smoke. Like I said, his love life, I'm separating that from the person he is. Not saying he'll make certain kind of moves. Certain moves. That's how he moves. But I know these laws he's passing is good enough with me. Then the transgender movement. I think it's about not mixing up their sex. Like if they walk in front of me, I have to make sure that I correct them by saying she or he. Or I'll make sure I say the correct pronoun is she or he. So if the gentleman is a beautiful butterfly woman, I have to make sure I say she, he, her, and goddess queen or goddess, something like that. So I gotta make sure I say that right. So that's not just for me, that's for everybody else. So, because you know how some people, they still are not adjusting to the situation. If you are a he, born a he, they're going to be like, well, you're a he. Or if you was born a she, you're a she. So this law is so people can make sure that they correct their sex right. And also when they go to jobs, they don't have to show, they don't have to, the jobs can't deny them, say, well, you was born a he, we need an ID your ID must connect to your birth certificate. And it's a lot more behind it, but that's what I'm getting from it. This is my opinion. So that's what I'm getting from it. So it's something going on where people saying, I think it's like, please recognize my gender. I am a she, her, and I am a black queen. I think I will represent that. If everybody know who I am, everybody know who I am and who I still am. I didn't change it to nothing else, but I'm representing transgenders that saying they're having a hard time recognizing people recognizing they when they changed over to an opposite sex. So what I have to say on that too is my opinion. Please don't be mad at the ones that is having a hard time. That's having a hard time recognizing that. Give the world a little bit more time. Also, can I have a celebration of my sex? I am heterosexual. I think that's right. I was born a woman, and I love my men. Can I have a parade on that I am proud to be who I am as a person? Because everybody else doing it, why can I not be announcing my sex orientation, my gender, my personality, and what I want to recognize as? I want to be recognized as a woman, a black woman, a beautiful black woman, a smart, intelligent woman, a she, a black queen, not little girl, not miss, not saying miss, AU, or not recognize me as just my color. I'm more than my color. So, let's say yay on that for everybody that want to represent being heterosexual, being born to who you are now, being black, or a black woman, young black man, young black woman. Be proud to be African American. And I'm going to correct myself, because I am not black. I am brown. So a young African American, brown, African American woman. Because I hate that word black. My braids is black. My headband is black. Can we say anything more else that's black? I'm trying to get something. This is black. My skin complexion is not black. I am brown. You could call me coffee, mocha color, coffee color, wood color, cardboard color, broomstick color, but I am not black, okay? So I don't want to be called that. So let me celebrate on my color. I am a brown, beautiful, young, African American queen. So I'm celebrating that. Yay! So all the transgenders out there, welcome. I love you. God tells me to love you. I have nothing against y'all. I don't. I got one thing I do gotta say against y'all, okay? I'm getting tired of all them beautiful ass transgender women looking fucking better than me, okay? Y'all gotta tone it down some. Y'all gotta do something a little bit different, alright? Because I can't compete with that. You making me feel like I need to ask you a question. God built you so beautiful. Can I get a ticket or can I get... I don't know. Can I go where you going so I can look like that? You know what I'm saying? So, I will want to say that. That I will tell you. You looking better than me. So, all the transgenders, even males out there. Yeah, transgender males. I'm saying it's crazy or it sound crazy. I'm trying to show love. I'm trying to show love. If it sound crazy, I apologize. If I said something insulting, I apologize. But all I'm saying is, damn, y'all are some beautiful people. That's what I'm trying to say. Then, if you got anything to say about that, comment. Or if I said it wrong, leave down in the comments how to correct me, how to say it, no ill will, no nothing, because some people need to be educated on certain stuff. If you need to educate me how to show love a little bit more better, so be it. Write it down in them comments. I will respond to it. Then another thing I heard of the George Foreman case. If I said that right. Oh my gosh. I've been telling everybody that this man might mother freaking walk. Because the charges, this is how they have I got this on my other videos. This is how they have the jury judging or, convicting. They give you count 1, I think it's called murder count 1. I think it's called like that. And murder 2. One of them means that you attempted to come out and murder. And the other one might mean I might come in with half information, but don't get me wrong. I kind of know what I'm talking about. If you research it, if you understand what I'm saying, you will research and realize. And count 2, they give them only 1 and 2, right? Let's say they give them 1 and 2. Count 1 means you came out to murder. Count 2, you came out for revenge murder. Now, I already knew that he was going to walk because, not walk, but he wasn't going to get convicted of those things. He's innocent of those things because he did not come out to murder. Then, the other one meant he did not come out to revenge murder. Count 2 did not come out to revenge murder because he did not know who he was arresting. So, he could not do that. Now, so they give him only 2 counts. So the jury have to judge on if he came out to do those 2 things only. And that's how he could come not guilty. Because they didn't come in with count 3 where he said he just murdered a human being without no thoughts about it and he didn't insert no most mercy. So now that the plaintiff, the side that's representing George Floyd, they done rung up their witness. They took, everybody said their statement. They made the cop look bad. So now it's time for the cop side to jump up and speak. They done pulled out this full video. George Ford was acting kind of weird in the store on out. The reason the cops was actually called was because he done gave them a counterfeit 20. Like they said, ain't guilty until they are proven guilty. So, he was acting weird from the minute he stepped into the store. They got video from there. The testimony even though all them people came in and said what they said, the side that is against George Floyd, he it is looking bad. It's not looking good at all. You came into the store acting, well, evidence say he came into the store that he was on something from the cash register guy said it seemed like he was on something. And they even gave him tries. Like, they went to the car and said, listen, you gotta speak to my manager. They didn't even call the cops yet. They gave him a little bit of change. Let's speak to my manager. We see what it is, whatever, right? You don't know if the manager would have just talked to him and said, fuck it, the next time don't come to my store. You just give a counterfeit 20. If you do it again, you're gonna get arrested. I'm gonna finally call the cops on you. Now, because these young boys was behind the register, you know, they probably didn't know what to do with that. Their protocol was to call the police. But because I believe maybe George Ford was a regular customer there, or they seen him before, they wasn't quick to call the cops. Because they probably understood it might be a negative situation. Let's see if we can handle it ourselves. But because he did not want to come out that car, and they couldn't let him get away with that forged 20, counterfeit 20, they was like, okay, he might have not just been there. That might have been his first time going to that store. So, and he gave him that 20. So they did protocol. They tried to go outside the protocol because they went over there to go talk to him. He did not want to come out the car. So that's why, one, the cops had to be called. So, two, because at the end of the day, when your money is miscounted and you done spent this amount of products and your cash register, for all those that haven't worked behind the cash register, I work behind the cash register. And you ring up certain things, and your cash register is saying you done made $1,000, and then your register is short, like it's not adding up to what you made and what was taken from the register, your register is short. So them young boys is on the register like, this is not gonna fall on me, because $20, it might not be a lot. It would have been, you know, people with money would have been easy to say, well, just throw that 20 in there and let bro go. Maybe they didn't have 20 to put in there. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because this was a young brother behind that register, it looked like. So a brother doing another thing to another brother. So, you know, maybe they didn't have the money to put the 20 in there. That's not their job to, you know, put the money into the cash register, because they didn't catch the fake 20. You know, they have to answer to that. So they did what they knew was best. They tried. He didn't want to listen, and they called the cops. Now, here come the cops. Now, I stopped looking behind after the cops was called, because after that, it started getting sad. It started getting petty. It started getting annoying. It started getting embarrassing. It started getting sad inside of me. My judgment. Because me seeing, I haven't watched the video from the cops putting him on the ground, because to see me watch a man stop breathing in the midst of someone leaning on their neck, it's gonna eat my heart up. It's gonna eat my soul. Why the heck did I watch that? I'm gonna put myself at that scene like I was the person on the ground with the knee on my neck if I watched that video. So I didn't watch it. Now I watched up to him. Him in the car, where they tried to get him out the car, and he was making every excuses to get out the car. Then when they finally got out the car, he was making every excuses to get in the car. Now, I might got that information wrong, but I seen that I stopped after that, because we already know how the cops get down and dirty and how stupid they could get. Not speaking against them, I'm thinking like how some people look at the cops. And it can get ugly really, really quick when it comes down to the cops. And we don't want that. Not saying we gotta be yes sir, yes ma'am, look down to the ground, let them disrespect you. You ain't have no right to talk up. But when you start acting stupid, they gonna act stupid. And it's gonna be a worse outcome. Not saying he deserved that, not saying it was right, not saying none of that. Just saying 1 + 1, if you're acting like, no, not 1 + 1, erase that. That's common sense. It's just like a child. If you're acting like a fool to your parent, or you're acting like a fool to your child's gonna act like a fool with you. So the best thing is somebody have to act like an adult. And as a certain race person, we all know how the cops react to us. So the most people that has to act with common sense is us. Because they gonna take any little thing and bend it and make us seem like we are these angry black folk. Let me stop saying black, let me correct myself. These angry brown folks walking around here with their face all turned up and ready to eat anybody. We have to conduct ourselves when it comes down to them another way. Now, I don't know if he was high. I don't know if he was on drugs. I could sit in front of a person on heroin or sniffing and won't even know that they on them things. So I can't judge that he was acting like a crackhead. I can't judge he was acting like a heroin addict. I can't judge if he was acting like a pothead. I can't judge if he was popping pills or he was on ecstasy. I can't judge on that. Because to me, everybody act weird. They have their moments of weirdness. Those you get, your mind goes away. Your mind starts slipping. The more stressful you get, you start bugging out. You start acting kind of weird. I might start acting weird because that's life. So I can't really know that. The only way I can tell that you acting like you on drugs, if you out there in the middle of the street, butt naked, talking about you swimming in water and you walking on concrete. That's the only way I say, damn, whoever freaking laced this stuff, I feel so sorry for them. That's the only way I can tell. Or you coming to me saying, I'm high, I'm on drugs. That's the only way. So, me, I can't really say how he was acting. He was showing up standing there a little too long for me. And he was fiddling with that. And now, whenever I walk into a store, I try to keep my hands out of my pockets. Or I try to not fiddle with my pockets so much. Because then the store might think you're trying to steal something. I tell my boys, when they got a backpack on their back, don't walk around the store. Because then they have a right to feel like you about to steal because you walk around the store with a backpack on your back. I don't even think that. Like, boy, come on. Like, what you walking around with this backpack on? Definitely when they got an empty, my kids love to walk around with backpacks. Don't know why. And they be empty, don't be shit in it. It's a style to walk around with a backpack. So I'll be like, yo, be careful when you walk around in the store with them backpacks. Because they'll be quick to call the cops on you, then you get into some stupid shit because you had a backpack on. So he was standing there a little too long and fiddling in his pockets and laughing. And, it kind of reminded me of my dad a little bit. He was getting older and he was just laughing for no reason. Or he found the conversation a little extra funny than I did. And he smiled real hard. So that's what I seen. And I was just like, okay. I can't, my judgment, I would have been like, he acting weird. That's what I would have said. He acting weird. And if you look at the camera with the little boys looking at him, they kept looking at him like, he's standing there for. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna act like a common person is gonna act. So then you gave a counterfeit 20. Only if you didn't step in that store, George, you'd probably still been allowed to this day. This is what I tell my kids. I defend my kids, but I like to see what led up to Z. All the steps that stepped all the way to 20. I want to know the steps that led to 20. First thing I'm gonna say is, what did you do early in the morning? Where you coming? I want you to start from the house. I woke up and I wanted to go to the store. And I'd be like, what made you want to go to the store, Jimmy? You telling me I would have been thinking shit like that. I wanted to go get something to drink. Alright, so what made you decide to take a 20 out? A counterfeit 20. Oh, nah, you know, I just grabbed it off my desk. Alright, so even though you know you had counterfeits laying around, you didn't want to make sure you had the proper 20 in your hand. I've been doing shit like that. So once we see how point A was started, and then point Z became the way it became, I just said, see, if you went and started this way with point A, you never led to that way. Let me say this: that doesn't knock a man from killing another man. That doesn't give a right for another man to kill a man. All I'm saying is, only if you didn't do this, we would have not been here. So I try to tell my kids, always be 100 to yourself. Always think about what you about to do before you wind up doing it. Because after you done did it and it's done, it's too late to think about it. So that's all I'm saying. Now for them cops, now when they said that man was killing on revenge, when they was speaking in that car, that right there would have showed right there that they was there for revenge. What they did say was that big man, it was hard to handle that big man and get him in the car. He must have been on drugs. Now, everybody know the strength of human beings. We got retarded strength. There's one strength you don't mess with. When I say retarded strength, we all know what retarded strength is. In my community, you all know what that means. That's not an insult. What I mean is, though that's a strength you cannot go against. You have to knock that strength down with a rubber bullet. And maybe a rubber bullet don't even take that down. Now, we dealing with, what you want to call it? Narcotic strength. Somebody that's on narcotics. They somehow get these superpowers that they so strong that even sometimes shooting them or stabbing them does not work. So, those are two strings you don't mess with. You going down. I'm sorry. I know a boy that was autistic, and he was about 6'7", and the security guard was 6'7", but the security guard was like 300 pounds. When I say, whenever he came around, we all was like, move out the way. And when he came, they was like, alright, be careful, he gonna put his hands on you. I'm like, nah, he good. No, you better be careful, because that strength you don't want. Don't pay no mind. Man didn't pay no mind. Yeah, whatever. Man ego, okay. He took and put that 6'7", 300-pound man, woo, right across the room. And he couldn't do nothing, because you can't respond back to that. His ego was hurt. He was angry. He wanted to, but he kind of realized, like, he can't do nothing. He's autistic. And we all we saw was, we moved out the way. And anytime that young man came around, we never was like, make him feel like we was gonna gang up on him or cool. We had to automatically call the mother or the father and tell him come get him. We always try to keep him happy that he didn't feel like, even sometimes when he was playing, he was a little too rough. So that's one strength you don't mess with. I don't know why God built it that way. God built it that way. And that's good, because I say that's a protecting situation. Like, nobody, not saying nobody, they can't be taken down. Not saying that, but we know what y'all know what I'm talking about. And that's a little protective mechanism. Like, nobody can harm them. Maybe thinking about that, but it's okay. And then the narcotic strength. I never dealt with nobody on narcotics. I don't think about fighting somebody on narcotics. I don't think about fighting nobody drunk. I don't think about none of that. I think about how the way they thinking, they might hurt me. I might be dead. I might be hurt or something. So I clearly not to put myself in that kind of situation. I try to make common sense of everything to not do that, because you could hit a drunk person, not a drunk person, person on narcotics, and they might not feel that. When people sniff coke, they be like, bro, like they be thinking they strong, like, stuff like that. And it's like, that's something you don't want to deal with. They don't think about shit till they high go down and, oh shit, I did that. So I know I seen something on the news where a mother was so high, she cut her son up in I think she cut him up in pieces or something like that, chopped his head off, because she was high. And she tried to call the cops, and she was like, my son, she was like, everybody probably seen my son, oh my gosh, I can't believe my son, like, she was bugging out on the phone, and she was trying to fight with the fact that she did that, but also trying to figure out that her son was probably 8 years old. So that's a mind thing you don't want to mess with. So when that cop said what he said, it was like, okay, that man was scared. And not scared, he wasn't scared, he was just nervous a little bit, because he was strong, and he was like, damn, if this man tried to do something to me, what is going to happen to me? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about self. Protect me and my partner. If you got anything to say about that, leave that down in the comments, because that is crazy. Do you agree with me? Do you don't agree with me? What do you have to say about it? I think the people that the lawyer that is on the cop side made a great decision to bring that out, and he kind of hurt the defendants or the side that's on joint forming with that video and stuff like that. But when we say get justice, not saying it's right, justice meaning you knew you had your knee on this man's neck, and you knew how hard you was pressing it. If everybody on the sidewalk knew that this man was about to die, you telling me you sitting on his neck, you do not know this man is about to die? I'ma say I did not see any threatful movements that you felt threatened to use that kind of force. Or you could have tased the young man. You could have did everything but stopping his breathing. Anybody, you lay on my neck, just me pressing here, I think your artery is right here. And stepping on my neck right here is stopping either oxygen in my brain or some kind of flow that I got here that's going towards here. So, and let's say he was on drugs, so that kind of made it worse too. So you're not going to say because I was on drugs, that's why I died. No, if you didn't use that excessive force, that's why I died. You could have tased me. You could have did everything, but lay on my neck to stop the functional part of the most human thing that my body does is breathe. You could have knocked me out. You could have knocked me upside my head. You could have did something to get me down besides lay on what I have to use to keep my muscles and my brain and my body to function. Without my breathing or my blood, my brain is not going to function correctly. So, when you knew that he was on drugs or you felt he was on drugs, you did not think to say, well, this wouldn't be a great position to put this man because he is high already. So, I feel bad for that baby. Get up. Now, I have something. I'm sorry, I just dozed off to the news. So, that's what I have to say. That's what we want to get justice for. Just saying you could have treated this like we was a human being. When that man shot up that supermarket, you didn't step on his neck. You didn't wait till he stopped breathing. You didn't shoot him in an area where he couldn't stop breathing. You didn't do none of that. He walked out and was escorted. This man did a counterfeit 20. Y'all killed this man. This man shot up a fucking supermarket and killed quite a few people, and he's still alive. Not saying you should have killed him too. Saying there is somewhere where there's a different kind of treatment between certain races. So I'm speaking on both sides. Now, I am so proud of everybody that came to George Floyd defense. Definitely the young lady. Definitely the young girl that came out, the 9-year-old girl. And as a 38 brown woman, I couldn't watch the video. And for that 9-year-old and that 17-year-old at the time, watched him die in front of their eyes, that probably hit them the hardest. And I couldn't see the video, so I can't knock how they're gonna feel because that will tear you up inside. So that's what we want. That's what we want. We want you to acknowledge that you did that. We want him to be prosecuted for taking a life. You took a life. If we take a life, we're going to jail for it. You took a life too, and you thought nothing about it. It was like, and you didn't think twice about it because you felt nervous that he was high or he was bigger than you. You felt like that was the position to take. You didn't think to say, all right, this man is high. We either gonna have to call for, backup, or we're gonna tase the man. You could have tased him, and that man probably would have laid down. So that's what we want. Justice for Floyd, because there was quite a few things you could have done besides lay on his neck. But you can go on YouTube, watch the video, how everything went down. You can watch the news from beginning to end. If they even had a video where he started from his apartment and he got that fitted 20 and jumped in his car, you knew that day was going wrong, period. So that's what I have to say on that. If you have anything to say about that topic, leave that down in the comments. I can speak more about it. Let's talk about the immigrants throwing them 2 motherfucking children over the border. Let's talk about that. Isn't that fucking weird? Excuse my language. Isn't the way he dropped that baby over? She was on that floor for a good minute. I wanted to know if she was crying because she laid on that floor like she was in pain or she was crying. Then he dropped over another baby and she fell on her butt. I want to know if her butt was hurting. The second thing, were they crying Did they know where to go?
So quickly after they
Well,
being targeted by
and are they okay? And
so I mean this bill is almost 100 pages long.
why is the desperate situation for them to drop over a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old over a fence? Why is that so desperate for them to do?
Big and small to the process.
We need to understand, sit down with the governor in Mexico to United States and tell these people that your people keep coming over here from the border. What the heck is going on in your country? Something's weird about that. Why we don't want to sit down with the governor from over there and talk about this? Because something is weird with them kids. They're dropping their 3 and 4. I miss my 3-year-old. I will miss my 5-year-old. I'd rather suffer with them than throwing them somewhere where I don't know what's going on with them. Definitely through the United States of America. They could be dead by the time I come back. I realize they over there. Then, like, why is that happening? I'm not understanding. That's kind of scary. That's kind of like, wow, why is things so desperate that you feel like your baby is okay besides you? So I'm just worried about that. We need to sit down and talk about that. I'm not going to put it on Joe Biden or Pamela Harris because this ban was going on. Let's stop it. This ban was going on. It's just getting worse because they made some type of statement that made it okay for immigrants to come over here and they felt that they could just dump their babies here, you know, because that's what they're actually doing. They're just dumping their kids and they don't know where they dumping them at, what's going on in these places. They don't know that. They might, you know, the cameras only show you what's in front of the camera, but not what's really going on when them cameras is off. You know, your kid could be getting raped, molested, you don't know. And you sending them over here. We have molesters, we have rapists, we have everything, and they are all undercover. Some of them work right in there. They are all undercover. We don't know who's rapists is. We don't know none of that child molesters, murderers, no nothing. Our city is crazy. But guess what? This is what I'm saying. If I think this is crazy to just throw your 3-year-old and your 5-year-old over here, how crazy could it be over there where they felt like they was more safer over here than over there? Pamela Harris and Joe Biden, I think that's what you need to get on. You need to sit down and talk to the governor. I don't know how this go down. I'm not a politician. But you need to talk to somebody over there to figure out why in the hell are your people doing this? What's going on over here? Because they did give a $600 stimulus check to Mexico. So what in the hell is wrong going on over there where they want to sacrifice leaving their kids over here without no supervision? So that's one topic. That's another topic. If you have anything to say about that, educate me a little bit more, leave it down in the comments. You can hit that thumbs up if you want to. I don't care if you don't, because my videos is just here for fun, entertainment, getting your wheels grinding, and hoping that whatever I talk about, maybe you can relate to it, and it makes you feel a little better at the end of the day. Because I'm still on this mental health situation. I've been talking about this mental health situation, how serious this was. Now they're saying, oh, everybody saying that mental health is serious. Mental health is so serious right now. Like, come on, you could not know you're crazy and you could be bugging out. Life makes you bug out. Life is stressful. The older you get, you can't handle the same stress that you handled as a little kid. It's different now. And we can, and as African American people, African American brown people, we can hide mental health like a son of a gun. We can hide a bullet. We can hide mental health so good. Just like we can have one bullet inside of a gun. We can hide it so well. I don't know if that metaphor was good. I just want my pinky. I don't know if that metaphor was good, but I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking, like, how dangerous that is. We can hide this so well. We can walk around and act like there's nothing wrong with us, and there's a whole lot of crap going on with us. I'm still on that situation. I'm still on the representing of mental health, that we really need to look into the situation. Look at the world today. Look what's going on. Look how we struggling. Look how they don't want to realize the racism going on. That's mental health problems. How can you see something negative and turn it into a positive? How can you see something negative and don't do nothing about it? That's some mental health going on. Because as a human being, we're supposed to be remorseful, feel sorry, have sympathy, and love. And love won't allow you to see somebody get hurt. Love don't allow you to join hurt. Something mentally is going on where you don't have that love in your mind. So, besides that, mental health, this goes along with mental health, because mental health is a strong topic. It can start early, it can start at the womb, it can start after having a child, it can start from having a bad divorce, having a person abuse you, having the worst thing that can happen to somebody being mentally abused, and that could be mental health. How you gonna recover from that? Because they don't think the whole way up that you thinking up here. So, mental health can go a long way. Now, talking about mental health, what about the gentleman that was beating up on that old lady, that Chinese old lady? I feel bad because I'm like, oh, okay, you ain't guilty until you prove it. You're guilty until you prove it innocent. I'm always like that, period. But I'm always what started from point A and why we landed here. So now we understand that this man was convicted of murdering his mother, was forced out of the jail system and put into a shelter. Can somebody tell me what? What? How did he make it out of jail? Why was he just put into a shelter and not a rehabilitation center? That man was calling for help. Because if you get out of jail and you know you have a lot, and you did murder and that strike is on you, and you sat there and did that to that woman, what was going on in your mind? Like, you're not gonna go back to jail. What was going on in your mind that I just murdered somebody, now I'm about to go stomp somebody out? Or we can't explain that. It's mental health. That is something going on in his mind where he could have flashback of his mother and stomped the lady out because of the flashback of his mother. That lady could have been his mother age. He probably don't like old people. He probably gonna beat up the women. And he walking around here like he okay. Like I said, when I seen the way he was dressed, I said, that is like a fine young man. Now let's see why he did that to that old woman. Looks can kill you. Looks will fool you. He looked good. He looked like a decent person. Psych. Black people, African, brown people. stop. Let me correct myself again. Erase that word black. Brown people, we can hide mental health like a gun and a bullet and a gun. But you ain't hear that from me. Leave down a comment down the bottom about that. I need to know. Because something was wrong with the person who released him. Something mentally was going on with him. They should have the facility. How can I say that? Responsible for that. They should get charged or in trouble for that. That is freaking crazy. I have nothing to say about that because I ain't seen no more of the video. I just saw part when she got stomped out and he walking down the block. I don't know, to her or past after they got a video of him walking. But I don't know if that was after what he did or that was before what he did. Now, for the security guards that shut the door, let me say this. I might contradict myself in the last video. Who are we? Are we? But, right, I know when we do security, you ain't supposed to put your hands on nobody. You ain't supposed to get involved with what goes on outside the job center or what's inside. Mainly also, you ain't supposed to get physical contact with somebody inside. They would have lost their job no matter what. If they would have conveniently stopped the Chinese lady outside, because I'm going to tell you one situation that happened to a young lady, and she was security. If they would have stopped the young lady outside, the job would have got onto the guy and say, why would you leave your post for something going on outside and something could have been happening inside? You would have got a write-up, you would have got in trouble, something. You can't handle what's going on around you. You can't handle what's going on the outside of your facility. You're only supposed to do what's in your facility. And even in your facility, you can't even put your hands on nobody, depending on what kind of level of a security guard you are. 2, maybe they was in shock that this was going on and like, shit, this is what happened. Damn, I see they stayed inside when he was doing it. But then, how about he would have, I see they would have got up, they would have walked out and probably helped her afterwards, got her up, see if she was okay, not shut the door on her. But maybe they was in shock. Maybe it was like they was scared. Maybe they thought the man was going to come back, the man was going to do something. They had to protect what was inside the facility. So the only way they were going to protect what was in the facility was shut the door. But they also could have called the police. But maybe they couldn't call the police because that's not in their regulation. They would have to probably call their supervisor, notify their supervisor what's going on outside of that door, and then we'll see the next procedures. I would say they probably, it looked like they was kind of in shock. Now, let's say if I put myself in the shoes. I don't care what race she was. And thank God they didn't, because they found out he murdered his mother. Or was charged with murdering his mother. Because God knew what he did to them if they would have came out there. They probably would have died trying to help her. Now, if it was me, I might have been yelling, stop, stop, don't do that. Oh my God, call the police. But I wouldn't have jumped in. I don't care what race you are. I wouldn't have jumped in and put myself into that situation. Because one, I got kids to go home to. I want to live. I don't know if that man got a gun or knife. And I ain't police and I ain't Superman. But after the situation would have happened and he walked off, I would have said, do you need help, miss? Do you want me to call the police? Are you okay? I would have picked her off the ground. I would have did that. I wanted to shut the door and left her out there. You know what I'm saying? So, there's quite a few things that went wrong there. Y'all think that's funny. That's not funny. It's just, what's funny is, where the hell everybody's mind was at. That's why I said it could have been shocked, because how did you watch somebody get stomped out and then shut the door on them? And how do you feel the next day going home? Was you able to sleep after that? That's what I'm laughing about. Like, something mentally is going on. If you could have washed that out of your brain and said, damn, I could have did a lot more. Now, so let me know what you think about this topic, and if you want to speak more on that. Cause that was kind of crazy. That was crazy as I watched the video. But like I said, they need to get more cameras from all the way when he started to this day, till up to before he hit that lady. Cause I need to know why we wound up to here from all the way from point A. But he just walk out the shelter and they pissed him off at the shelter and he came out angry and kicked this lady. Not saying it's a good reason to do what he did. No, I'm not. We gotta understand why point A was the way, what happened to point A to where we got down to point Z this way. And now, speaking on the lady's side, because I never heard nobody speak for her. I feel sorry for her. To experience that early in the morning, to go on your regular day like nothing is gonna happen, probably praise the Lord, and you wind up bumping into a man that stomped you out like that. And then look, after he stomped you out, looked around to today's world and to today's people, and they left you on the ground and didn't do nothing about it. I don't know how scary that could have been. I don't know how she felt inside. On my judgment, if that was me, I would have been scared. I'd have been crushed. I'd have been hurt. And I wouldn't be able to trust human beings again. Because if you saw somebody stomp me out and didn't do nothing, I wouldn't trust nobody. That's the color of your skin. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't trust you. Because you sat there and watched somebody, I'm not saying that I should hold every black person for one person that did something. But you don't understand, it was more than one person. It was numerous people. I give it about 3 security guards. And to be in shock that I just got kicked and nobody did nothing, I'd have been more scared of that race, and I would have been scared of the world. Not gonna lie to you. Because us being a brown person, you understand what I'm talking about. Let's stop it. So, I feel sad for her. I'm sorry that happened to her. I wouldn't want that to happen to nobody, because that could have been my mother. As they investigated more and more, it's just getting sad and sad. And this is showing that the world is mentally going crazy. They lost their sympathy, their moral, and their love. So, them topics is great to talk about. It's a whole lot of information. You can do your own investigation on each of these topics that I spoke about. Like I said before, if you want to talk about this, you can leave a comment inside. A comment down in the bottom. I'm outside, it's raining now. You can leave a comment down in the bottom. Talk about any topic. Say good morning, how you doing? I will respond to it. So this is my 5th video, I believe. And today is 108. And it's April 1st. I'm gonna try to see if I can fool somebody today. So, thank y'all for watching my video. Thank y'all for coming in. I hope this helped y'all. I hope y'all feel good about this. I hope y'all want some more topics to talk about. Whatever you like. If you want to hear more about it, you can leave it down in the comments. This is Eyes Love to Talk. Today's April Fool's Day. Love you guys. See y'all again. Mwah. Later, guys. Bye.